Hey everyone, we're here to talk about month 2, using March 10th as day 0 of the economic shutdown. What to expect on month 2. A little recap, this is a global issue. Okay, this isn't local where it's a couple hundred thousand. This is global, 8 billion people. So if we directed it right in half, we're talking about 4 billion people that all have credit cards, some form of fiat currency, money. They have tangible goods. They have things they can sell and barter, whatever. They're going to start to panic as well. And then at this point is when I think things are going to get really scary, because they're going to start to go in here and try to buy up goods and assets. And if they do, goods and assets of any level, from depending on how much wealth they have. If they have a little bit, they're going to buy food, water, and the basics. If they have large wealth, they're going to buy other tangible assets, potentially just being in total fear and chaos. And what that's going to do right here is that's most likely going to clear those stores out 100%. And this is when we're going to start to see some rioting starting and other issues during week 4. Starla?
And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe!
So, what do you think is going to happen month 2? We're starting off. This is worst. Remember, this is worst case scenario. Hopefully, it doesn't happen. We go back to normal. If we do not go back to normal, though, within a 30 to 45 day period, I think in my hypothesis, we have to be prepared for a 3-month to 6-month long haul to get things back to any level of normalcy. Although we still have to plan for this huge level of chaos that's going to happen. Yeah, if we don't get back to normal because of just panic and chaos. So month 2, River, what do you think is going to happen?
I think that the stores are gonna be getting even more sold out and empty.
Okay. Starla?
I think people will probably be more afraid of other people.
Oh yeah, afraid to go out.
Yeah, well, they kind of are, but and more afraid to go out and more afraid of other people.
How do you spell paranoia?
P-A-R
E maybe?
Paranoia. Okay, paranoia. I'm just going to use the word P. Sorry, we're going to have to get back to that. Okay, so paranoia. So that was 2 really great points. Stores are going to start going to get sold out a little more, and then we're going to potentially start to see paranoia increase. So this is compounding. So guys, let's talk about compounding. What does compounding mean? Compounding is when you combine things together or you double it up. So paranoia. We're starting initially with this entire coronavirus is starting mass hysteria, and this paranoia is I might get sick, so I don't want to touch you. So that's the first paranoia. This other paranoia is going to come in on shortages, on resources, and when that happens, it's going to create a different type of paranoia. That is going to be attached to scarcity and resources. Am I going to be able to feed my kids? Am I going to be able to feed myself? Am I going to be able to feed myself? Am I going to be able to feed my kids? I totally am unsure whether I'm going to be living tomorrow or the next day. We are literally, during month 2, we're going to have most likely the heaviest amount of I'd probably say between month 2 and month 3, we're going to have the heaviest amount of mental delusions and false stories creating in the people's mind, because most people have not went very long without food, so they don't really know how long they can actually live without food or water. They know the basics. I can live a couple of weeks without food, but I can only live 4 days without water. So foods are going to run out. Food will run out, and even if food doesn't run out and it's in distribution centers, because so many people are taking work off and the distribution lines are going to get clogged up. Orders are going to trying to place orders all at once. that's going to create a clog in the system. And no matter what, even if it's actual shortage or a false situation of reality, or it's a totally false reality, either way, it potentially is going to cause the same thing. River?
So are you kind of saying that there's high demand but low supply?
There is high demand and low supply right now, and then there might be but there might be high supply and low demand, but just because the distribution of trucks and drivers and people taking work off because of the coronavirus and quarantine, that might cause an issue. So even if we have a large supply, if we can't get to the supply, it still creates a supply and demand issue. Okay, guys, so we just got into economics right there. Go ahead.
I have something that will probably happen in month 2.
Okay, please.
People will probably like start to run low on money if they're like not working anymore.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, that was another really great point right here. So Starla just said that people are going to run out of money because they're not working anymore. Run out of money. Okay, the largest employer in the United States is the government. Although, still at the end of the day, there's 40% of the population that survives on regular economics, or is going to survive on regular business, So even if you have a government job, they don't have a guaranteed paycheck. 40% of the people out there, so they're going to start to run out of money, and when they start to run out of money, that's going to create another compounding effect, another paranoia. So this is now three times compounded, or 2 to the third power, basically. So what do I mean by that? You run out of money. Now you don't even have food. You don't even have money to buy resources if they do become available. You might be a renter or you might be a homeowner, so you might be concerned. If you're a renter, you might be thinking, I'm going to get evicted. And if so, we'll put it being a renter right here, and evicted. So guys, what's evicted? Do you know what evicted means?
Yeah. Where you don't have enough money to pay the rent, and so you get kicked out.
Exactly. So you might be a homeowner. So if you're a homeowner and you can't pay for your mortgage, what happens?
You get evicted.
You get evicted. Great job. And if you are a business owner and you own large amounts of property, and you don't have homeowners or renters paying for the mortgage or the rent, what happens to the business owners?
They get evicted.
Yeah, they lose all their property, and it goes back to the bank. So there's another huge consolidation of wealth, which actually has happened multiple times. And which actually is funny because the entire economy is a man-made creation. So for us to lose control of something we created ourselves, it makes you think if all of these disruptions in the market are all orchestrated. But that's another topic to another conversation. So we have the homeowners and the renters that are coming out. So let me ask you, Starla, do you think the renters should be concerned at this point of being evicted?
Not really.
Why?
Kind of. Wait, the homeowners?
No, the homeowners or the renters. Do you think you should be concerned that you're going to be kicked out of your house at this point? This is month 2.
Well, a little bit, because like people are probably gonna have to stop paying you, and they're probably gonna get evicted from their houses, and then nobody's gonna be paying you, and you're not gonna have a job. So yeah, a little.
Okay, so at this point this might be a little bit of a concern, but just realize everyone's in the same boat with you. Everyone has stopped working, and some people might have a little more savings than others. But within month 2 or month 3, month 4, if we don't get things going, no matter what, the money that people use is what props up this current paradigm. And when we run out of that money and we can't prop up that paradigm, then all we have to do is shift our mindset back to a bartering system. What's bartering, guys?
Well, I know this one.
Mm,
You have to. I forgot.
me too.
I learned about it like a week ago.
Okay, so bartering it. Let's say I have a pin and you have a cup of water, and you want a pin for some reason, and I want a cup of water. Well, I'm going to trade you this pin so I can get that cup of water. We're trading an asset for an asset. We're bartering
We've done that.
Oh
to
yeah.
get the good,
I know.
or to facilitate the deal. And man has created the monetary system, dollar bills, fiat currency, to be basically the medium or the broker for that exchange. And they've created a system to remove themselves and to use a tool, which is the dollar bill, basically to help facilitate deals. So during month 2, month 3, when people begin to run out of money, first off, don't be worried that you're gonna be kicked out. There's not enough cops out there to kick everyone out all at the same time. If you're a renter, and at the end of the day, because there is a process everyone has to follow. Some places have 2 months, some places have 3 months that have to that 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 the homeowner has to follow to begin to evict you. I'm not telling you to take advantage of the situation, but I am saying, letting you know your rights. You don't. You have a few months after the eviction process starts, and I've already been hearing that court systems are shutting down for 1 to 2 months, so no eviction processes can even start. You got to check your local area and figure out what's happening in your area if that does happen. If that does happen, though, that extends the eviction process anywhere from 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. And if all the homeowners start the eviction process at the same time, it clogs the system, the system again. So it's going to push eviction processes all the way back out to month 6, 7, 8, 9. Same with the homeowners. We're going to begin to see after the 2007 housing crisis, everyone just stayed in their homes for 2, 3, 4, 5 years for free. Even up to today, I've talked to people where they're still living in their house for free because of all the paperwork calamity. We're gonna probably see something similar to this. If you're a homeowner and you own the home and you're renting it right now and you have an extra, a lot of people will have their home and they rent it out. We'll get into that in a second. If you're a homeowner yourself, same situation goes. You have a year and a half before you lose your home. Okay? So don't make that a concern. If you have extra money, maybe keep that money in your pocket and keep it, and don't give it to the bank because they're not going to give it back to you. They're going to keep it. Maybe keep it in your pocket and just get some fees next month. Or most likely there's going to be some type of relief program of some level, and if there's not, everyone's in the same program. So don't be the first to give up all your resources, especially to a bank that has access to the printing press. Does this make sense, guys?
Yeah.
What am I talking about?
You're saying don't give away your keep it with you because you're not going to get kicked out of your home in like a long time, so
And like they won't give it back.
yeah.
Exactly. Same with the big bank. Same with the people that own large amounts of land. If you have large amounts of people defaulting on those loans, trust me, the banks do not want to be in the situation that they're in, where they take all these assets back. Because just like before, they have to maintenance these properties. And guys, is it expensive to take care of these properties?
Yeah.
Why? What has to happen when you take care of a property?
Well, you have to be able to. I mean, if you own animals or anything, you need grass, and you need the seeds for trees, and you have to be able to own the land.
Okay, Starla?
Will you see the question again?
So, is it expensive to maintain the house? Like, if something breaks in the house, does it cost a large amount of money to fix it? Or does it cost money to fix it?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, at the end of the day, just so many kids out there have no understanding of the energy it takes to fix something or buy, or what it takes to actually buy something. A lot of people, even that make a large amount of money, they've forgotten those things. The energy it actually takes to complete something. So when we're teaching and educating at homeschooling and going through this process with the kids, it doesn't matter if it takes 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to explain something. Most important thing is that they have some level of an understanding. And at times, if you think that they are not understanding, just stop and ask them, hey, does that make sense? If they say yes, ask them to explain it. And if they explain it where it's kind of correct, they get it. That's enough they need. Because at this point, they just kind of need to get the basics. You, as an adult, need to take responsibility when an action needs to be taken. The children need to have a basic understanding of why you're doing what you're doing. So if there is an emergency and you need to give them need to demand something or give them an order, they're not going to fight you and resist you. They're going to give you their energy so that everyone gets as safe as possible, or everyone gets into a safe situation as soon as possible. Okay, so month 2, we've kind of talked about what's going to happen. Stores are going to get sold out completely. Money is going to run out. A lot of people are going to start running out of savings. More panic's going to start. Renters, homeowners, renters are going to start to be concerned about being evicted. Don't worry, you are 3 to 5 months from something like that happening. Most important thing you need to do, remember right now. What do you think is the most important thing you can do in month 2 when all this chaos is happening? Go ahead.
Well, in our last video, I think we just kind of showed us over there. We were just sitting down and taking time to just acknowledge our food and keep it calm, I guess, and meditate. You can create schedules for yourself. We created a schedule. So yeah.
Maybe don't panic that much, because like when you panic, you like make different decisions than when you're calm.
Okay, if you just heard both of them, River is talking about filling up your day with other things. So in month 2, this is where I would, especially in month 1, everyone's getting stir crazy. Panic's happening. A lot of stuff's happening. People are just getting bored at their house too. Month 2 is when people are going to want to come out. Month 2 is the time I would really focus in at creating a schedule at your house, staying calm, staying away from other people during month 2 and month 3 too. Because in other videos we've talked about people falling off their meds, and there's only about a 1 month supply in the system to get people their meds. So if everyone has bought out their meds, that means in 30 days from now, starting the month 3, people are going to begin to fall off their meds and begin to go with the withdrawals, and at that point it gets even scarier. So during month 2, I would definitely stay home, focus on creating a schedule on some type of a stable environment, so that if you really do have to hunker down for another month, you're not going to go crazy. You're going to have some type of routine going with the kids, where there's not going to be a large amount of energy going outward, not attracting attention. You're going to have energy coming inward. The kids are going to have things to do on a daily basis. And as an adult, you're going to be able to put more energy and time into kind of paying attention to what's happening on your outside environment. Maybe even you might want to spend a little more time fortifying your environment. While the kids are having some level of structure, you're going to be able to get back some of your energy, so you can have a better attention to detail what's happening around you. Because again, during month 2 and month 3, if it gets this long, those 2 months are going to be the most dangerous time of this entire 180-day economic shutdown. Guys, do you have anything else that you think might happen in month 2?
I mean, I saw one of your other videos and you said that there was less traffic in especially in LA, and that's really surprising. So I think there'll be less traffic, and I guess that's less pollution, I guess.
Okay, that's actually another positive part to this. With everyone shutting down for month 1, month 2, month 3, we're probably going to start to see wildlife come back. We're probably going to see dolphins swim in the harbors. We're probably going to start to see things come back to some level of normalcy in nature. So if month 2 start back up, let's not immediately get started again, because we might be endangering wildlife. because before they weren't in those environments, and now they're moving back in those environments, and they might need a little time to move back out. So also, a lot of people might not be used to seeing wildlife roaming around in the middle of a city. If we're not traveling and we're not on the road a lot, those deer might in downtown Los Angeles. So just be prepared, you might be sighting some wildlife. That was a great point, River. Thank you so much. Starla, anything?
Yeah, there's one thing.
Go ahead.
You should like this video. You should comment to this video what you thought about it, and subscribe.
You heard her. Have a great day, everyone.